welcome to UC Today. I'm Tom Wright and I'm delighted to be joined by Richard from BlueJeans. How's it going, Richard?
Very good, Tom. Very good. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. It's great to have you. And we're going to be talking about meeting spaces today. So to kick us off, I wonder if you could talk through some of the challenges that organisations are facing as they look to develop a successful hybrid working strategy.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting time, and it's really relevant because we've gone through the period post-pandemic where people have been working from home and now more returning to the office or trying to figure out what the return to office is like. And here at BlueJeans and Verizon, we're having the same challenges. So how do you attract people back in to get the most from their time, to really value their time, but also think about using the office space differently? So what we might have historically thought about just being in the office and being present, now it's the activities we carry out and what's the culture you're trying to build by the office space you provide. So lots of interesting research through the BBC. They were talking about a study that showed that where companies are offering 4 day weeks, they're actually getting more productive. They actually increased 80% of the time, 2% increase in productivity compared to the previous 5 day week. So people are more aware of what they do and how they do it, and we need to support it more. So thinking about the space we bring, the collaboration spaces, so it's not just more of the same. Because if you can be more effective working from home, people are going to want to work from home. But also, if we do that, we miss out on all of the innovation activities where we work together, we work through problems, we get the ad hoc conversations. People talk the water cooler moments, but working collectively on problems and new ways of working. If we don't bring that, then potentially we could stagnate as a business and our customers too. So how do we bring in a more attractive way of working in the office, get people in, collaborating, think about the spaces we offer, and hopefully we then reap the benefits of that collaboration way of work, or collaborative way of working, that maybe we're missing out at the moment from maybe the hangover of the pandemic and people unsure of what the return to office looks like.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of dynamics to think about. And I wonder if you could just go into a bit more detail, specifically around meeting spaces. What kind of trends and challenges are you seeing organisations battle with their meeting rooms?
There's been, from the post-pandemic piece, where people were investing in room systems, AV room cameras, and the screens they were using, trying to make it more inclusive. But then obviously people then reverted to working from home, and these systems have been kind of unused, untouched, or maybe not as much thought probably went into it in terms of integrating into newer ways of working. We've seen the prevalence of Teams, and that's been widely adopted across multiple businesses. So if we can think about how we can integrate those services into the room systems, and so people can seamlessly work for the application they use day to day and document sharing, along with trying to make the spaces and the meeting rooms more collaborative, then it can only benefit the company and the individuals involved. So how do we make that happen? How do we make sure that people get the most from the investment in their existing rooms and meeting spaces, whilst also making the most of the investment in like Microsoft Teams? So it's trying to bring that all together as a challenge, but also in an environment, and also the cultural piece. What's the expectation of people when they come into the office, and along with the space they use? The space can drive that, but also there should be some thought into it ahead of it, what we're trying to achieve. So it's an interesting conundrum as we're trying to attract people back, but it's one that should be really considered and action taken.
Yeah, I think it would be good to go a little bit deeper into the technology, actually. Companies have invested a lot of money in platforms like Microsoft Teams, and they need that to play nicely with their meeting room tech, don't they? So how can they go about bringing those kind of two areas of technology together?
Well, it's coming back to sort of productivity, and people, I'm sure people have had experience of going in meeting rooms and struggling how to log in, pressing, you end up with about 8 people sort of pressing on a touchpad and trying to work out how to log in. And I think making it easy. People don't want to be tech experts. We tend to be more tech savvy than maybe we were 10 years ago, as we naturally use more and more of these tools at home. But people want to come in and just make it easy, get the most from your day. Interesting, that study around the reducing the working week. That actually talks about, is this a 4 day meeting? So actually what it meant by that was, if we were doing a 4 day working week, how do we make the most of the time we spend together? So you don't want to spend 15 minutes working out how to log in and how to connect. And you don't want to be in a meeting where everybody's got their laptops open and you're hidden behind a screen because you can't get the room systems to work. So at BlueJeans, we have a gateway service, which is cloud-based and brings together the room systems that you've got inherently. So Cisco, Poly, and multiple other devices, over 19,000 different devices we can connect into a gateway service to interconnect with Teams, so you can seamlessly use Teams from your room systems. So making the most of your investment on both sides, both your room systems and your investment in Microsoft. We can bring that all together. So the user experience is they get into the room, they collaborate in a hybrid way, so they might have people who are at home or in different countries, save on travel, one click to join, and the meeting starts instantly, as opposed to the tech's not working, someone else's fault. The way of that sinking feeling we all get that maybe we wasted our time or wasted 20 minutes of our day just trying to fix a technical problem. So BlueJeans is the gateway service that interop service brings it all together to make it easy and to make teams more productive.
And it would be great if you could go a bit deeper into Gateway. Could you talk through how it looks from a ease of adoption and user experience perspective?
Yeah, so from a business perspective, it's cloud-based, so take away the need for any on-prem equipment and associated maintenance. So really quick and easy to set up, and we will support with that from our teams to make sure that installation is easy and quick. And then from an end user perspective, it's all about the one touch to join. So from initially setting up a meeting, when you initially invite your attendees, from the touchpad panels that you get in your room systems, they'll be listed. Simple one click that you're in. So hopefully the days of people scrambling around looking for cables and HDMI for this laptop, and then suddenly everybody flips up their laptops to have 8 different meetings going at the same time and all that echo and audio issues. We just make it slick and easy. So one click, one meeting, join, use the space as it's meant to be used, and hopefully a far better experience for everybody involved.
Great. I've just got one final question for you, Richard. It's clear, as you know, the challenge that Gateway solves for businesses, but I wonder if you could talk through how it could be used as almost a springboard for future development.
So it's around how do we start to bring together multiple services and think about out there in the UC space, all the different tools that are available. So how do we start to bring together and make sure there's interoperability between all the different platforms? And that's what we're looking at to make sure that not just from a room systems, but you also can join from multiple different applications, just to make it easier, rather than us as end users trying to figure out what do we need, how do we do this, having to be almost a first line tech support individual. So we're trying to make it easy, open up our sort of tools and make it easy for others to operate with us. So the end user experience is just being continually improved by making it easier and slicker to work between different systems. So very much where we're going, alongside also from a room system, so bringing out our own room systems to make it easier for across EMEA, starting in the US and launching into EMEA. So make it easy for us to deploy using partners, but integrating with BlueJeans. But ultimately the goal is to make it easy to work across multiple formats and multiple applications.
Great, Richard. It's been great talking to you, and perhaps we can speak, as the room system in particular starts to roll out further across EMEA.
Fantastic. Great speaking to you, Tom. Thanks for your time.
Great. Thanks for joining us. And thank you, everyone, for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a share on social media, and we'll see you next time.